You sure it's clean?
It is clean. I cleaned that. Look, it looks brand new.
All right, so I have excellent news. My wife is washing my car for me. She's doing a good job. Honey, why are you washing the car?
They get cat footprints.
Yes, cat footprints. There's dirty paw prints all over the car. So I talked to her about it. So she agreed, because she wants to keep the cats, that if it happened again, she would wash the car for me. So we woke up this morning and we have to go on a road trip, and the car has dirty paw prints all over it. Whose fault do you think it is?
Huh?
Whose fault is it?
Cat.
The cat's fault. Okay, it's the cat's fault, and she's washing it for me.
It's not our fault that you love to smell in your car.
You're right. It is not. It is definitely not my fault that your cat's got the car dirty.
You love your car. I'm drinking coffee. It's okay.
It is okay. I told you to get a travel mug, but no, you wanted to use a regular coffee mug.
Because I love it.
That's fine.
Ceramics. Is that ceramic?
Ceramic.
Oh no, porcelain.
Hey everyone, it's me again. If you're new to the channel, my name is Corey. This is my bodyguard. Her name is Raquel. Normally she's my wife when we're in the province, but when we're in the city, then she's my bodyguard because she keeps me safe from other Filipinas. So then she has a different role in the relationship. So we are actually leaving the province today and we are heading to the city. We need a bunch of supplies and random things like that. So we haven't been out of here in a month and a half-ish, roughly. It's been quite a while, but her parents actually have a big truck. Well, it looks like a bus without sides on it, but they call it a canter. Canter. So anyways, they're actually going to the city today to get some supplies. So they asked if we wanted anything. So since we actually need a couple things, we might as well take advantage of the situation, because our options are limited on what we can carry in my massive Toyota Vios, or Vios, whatever you call it. Anyway, so we are heading into the city. That's not something I complain about. Not that I really love the city. I like living out here in the province, but the drive is gorgeous, and I'll make sure you can see what we're looking at, and it's a nice drive. So whenever we do have to leave the city, it's when we have to leave the city. When we actually have to go to the city, it's a really enjoyable drive. So it takes us an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes each way, because we really live in the province. We don't just say that because it looks good on the YouTube tags or titles that I notice people put, and then they're at a McDonald's or Dunkin' Donuts. There's no restaurants like that for an hour and a half from us. So anyways, we are heading into the city and we are going to pick up some supplies, and I know the prices have gone up since we built our house, but that's all right because our house is done, so we only need some random small things. But they're going to be drastically cheaper than they would be if we bought them locally, because the hardware stores out here are very small. So we are going to head into the city. Did we get to any?
You didn't mention.
I did mention it.
Oh.
Right. We are heading south for an hour and a half, hour and 45, depending on traffic, into Dumaguete city. We live above Baya city, which in my opinion is not a city, but they have an ATM and they have 8 Jollibee. So they call it a city because they have
the population.
Because they have a fried chicken place and an ATM.
But it's
so
not.
There's no Starbucks, there's no Dunkin' Donuts,
It's been city
no
before
McDonald's.
the Jollibee.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, so we do live near Baya City, but hardware store prices are a lot higher than they would be in Dumaguete, and we need a few things that we wouldn't be able to find there anyways, because options are very limited. So since our parents are already going to be there and we don't have to then deal with trying to ship it ourselves, we're just going to head in for the day and enjoy our lunch, and she will keep me safe from other Filipinas, and we will get what we need, and I will show you guys that, and then we will head home. And hopefully she will not break the coffee mug, which she decided to travel with.
It's nice, it's tall.
Yes,
So
but we have travel mugs for traveling.
Oh, for that.
but that it's SeaWorld. So it was probably made in the Philippines, and they charge us like $40 for it because it's. But I don't.
Oh, 13. Oh, SeaWorld when you were in Florida.
Right. So, okay, all right. Let's head into the city and do some shopping. Getting gas. See what it cost me.
Okay na, sir.
Salamat.
Salamat, sir.
Wala isa pa yan. All right, before we go shopping, we are going to run inside FoodNet and grab some quick lunch. It is a very large and fancy restaurant. I'm being very sarcastic. It's actually really cheap, but it's fast because everything's already made. So if I go to my favorite sushi place over there, we'll be there for an hour, and we don't have that much time. And I already remember why I love living in the province so much, because we've been sitting in traffic, going around the same block 3 times to look for parking in slow motion because we can't park and no one's moving. Okay, so I got 2 sides of rice, big thing of chicken, 2 eggs. I got a side of pork. We got cans of light Coke. You have fish, rice, and what's this? Pork. So we got all this for 359 peso. We are definitely out of the province. This has nothing to do with the life I normally live. As you know, it's normally just green, but still, this place is nice. If I'm gonna go to a city, at least it's gonna be Dumaguete, so it's not too big. I think it has 120,000 people for population, so really not bad at all. But it has everything we need, so we can get our building materials at this hardware store right over here. But again, I do not miss the traffic. I do not miss looking for parking. But again, if you're going to go to a city, I like smaller cities like this. This really isn't bad. So, still a little chaotic, and I do like the province life. Alright, so we are at the largest supply store that you would go to as far as getting building material. We are walking straight out back because the front is all going to be hardware stuff. You saw our tools, lawnmowers, weed whackers, generators, things like that. But we need a stockpile of steel, roofing material, fencing, those kind of things. More industrial type stuff or building material. So I don't need nuts and bolts and screws and things like that. So anyways, let's go out back and see what they got in stock, and I'll go over the prices and how the prices were when I built my house, which was a couple years ago now, and compared to the province, which would be significantly higher. So here's where we would get our roofing material. Good. I need some heavy duty square bar and rectangular bar, and they have everything. We just got home now. Good timing because it definitely looks like it is about to start storming, and I actually try to avoid driving my car at night. In the States, I never worried about that because driving at night is just like driving during the day for the most part. Here though, all the cars, the front windows are tinted, so my tint in the front window of my car is very dark. It's a platinum tint, which is great during the day to keep the sun out. However, then you're driving around at night, even with the high beams on, I'm like, it's just really annoying. I mean, I drive once a week, so I really don't care too much, to tell you the truth. But anyways, we just got back, which is good because the sun is just about down, and we got all the stuff unloaded. So I'll throw the prices up on the screen. I could read them off, but I don't want to be off on one or two and then, you know, someone's jumping in or I'm giving you guys wrong information. But we had to pick up 2-inch by 2-inch, which is very thick gauge steel. 1x1. We got flat stock. We got a bunch of C Parlin. We got 2 different sizes for 2 different roof areas. One for the back patio. Yep, it's starting to rain right now. That we're wrapping up, which is in the last video, and then the chicken coop, which I'm about to start building because I just got my permit from Department of Agriculture. So I'll go over to that in a future video. And grabbed one more piece of C channel because it's much cheaper in the city, and then 2-inch pipe for a gym project, and then 1-inch pipe and 1-inch pipe for a gym project. So anyways, it was a very wonderful drive, to tell you the truth. I really like driving there and back. I'm glad that I live in the province. I really wouldn't want to live in the city, but it's nice to visit. I mean, we'll go there, have a nice coffee, have a good lunch, and like I said, living out here in the Philippines, I mean, honestly, any direction I drive in, minus east, because then I'm gonna hit the ocean within feet, but other than that, every direction I go in, it's really gorgeous and pretty. So anytime we have to go somewhere, I mean, I really can't complain about it because it's just really nice. So yeah, we enjoyed our day. Like I said, grabbed a coffee, had a nice lunch, got everything we needed at a much cheaper cost than we could get it locally. And yeah, prices have gone up, but we didn't have to pay for any shipping, so I'm always happy. So anyways, thank you for watching, and more projects to come.